Hey, it's Tane from Caricatures by Explode Creative. It has been more than a while since my last video. I just wanted to come back and see how you guys are doing. It's really encouraging to see a lot of people improving dramatically. Not just because of my videos, but just that's what we do over time, you know, after doing a lot of drawings and stuff. And people are, you know, sending me some art, and it's really motivating me to do some more drawings and some more tutorials for you people. And of course, you know, if you draw something based on this tutorial, or, you know, just share your art with me, and, you know, chuck it in the comments and I'll have a look, and that really motivates me just to see what other people are doing, and you know, I can help motivate you by giving you some feedback, etc, etc. Anyway, today I thought we'd do a little exercise in getting likeness. Obviously this is Russell Crowe. We're going to do a little, this is kind of for beginners who are having, you know, sort of yay, nay luck in getting likeness. So the first things you want to do is make sure, go to your appearance panel, make sure you've got new art to basic appearance has to be unticked, because it just sucks. Just untick it, that's all I'm going to say. And make sure your brush is set to this tapered off edge, and I'm going to set my thickness to about 5 points, so I've got that there. Anyhow, let's do a little bit of fun thing. You can you know, follow along as we go. I'm going to trace this dude's head shape. Now, caricaturists, we do this by sight, which is kind of a better way to do it, but this is a nice way to get some fast results if you're just starting out. And this really kind of drills into you that observation is the most important thing of a caricature, because if you start to just draw what you know, like if you came from an anime background, you'd probably draw like a head like I don't know, something like that, which isn't necessarily maybe Russell Crowe's head. So it's a matter of real observation and not falling back on what you know. That's the key to getting better at this, is to kind of break out of your old habits. And we're going to just kind of do some tracing today and see what we can do now. This is my first thing. I've got this head shape here. It's pretty generic. My first decision as a caricaturist is whether I want to exaggerate the chin or the forehead. This is just my process. Some other caricaturists have a different process, but I'm thinking chin, because with Russell Crowe, I mean, in general, facial hair makes chins look huge, absolutely huge. So I'm gonna pull out this chin a bit. Now, if you're an illustrator, you can follow this along with pencil and paper or whatever. But I'm an illustrator here. And remember, you can always modify a line by drawing along it, drawing outside of it, and then drawing back along it again. So I'm going to pull his chin out a bit. I'm going to make this dude pretty chinny, because he's got a manly chin, you know, that's his whole thing. So that's good to go. I'm just going to deselect that so I don't modify it when I draw around it. I've got a shortcut for that on my little keyboard sort of thing, so I'm going to make sure, I'm going to have a look at what his ears look like. They look kind of like that, so we've got this kind of thing going on. Now start to kind of copy by sight, if you're not, but if you're not too confident with it, you know, of course you can go ahead and trace it, bring it across. But you might want to start copying by sight here. We've got the head shape, which is kind of the essence, but so he's got some straight ears. Let's have a look at where his eyebrows are. Now they're just above, just at the top of where his ears are. So I'm going to throw my stroke down, maybe down to 2 point, and I'm going to sort of draw their shape. Now he's got some pretty worried looking eyebrows. And worried eyebrows, you do those by putting a dip in the middle of them. So there's your dip there. You can exaggerate that as much as you like. And his eyebrows seem pretty thick to me. Now, if you're starting out, you may not be able to kind of perceive you know, how this guy's features relate to other people's faces. It's just a matter of drawing lots and lots of faces. But if you're having some trouble kind of perceiving, you know, oh, well, I don't know whether his eyebrows are big or not, or whether his eyes are big, or what to exaggerate, have a look at the, what is it, the standard face. Now, sorry if I'm rambling, guys. I just want to show you, you know, some things that you can use to kind of bring your game up a bit. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, I guess this is, well, let's say standard face proportion. Yeah, there we go. This is a standard. Oop. Just gonna put it on the desktop and I'll pull it right in. Okay, here we go. Now what's this guy compared to this guy? Look at his look at Russell Crowe's eyebrows. Boy, they're pretty big. Look at his eyes. They're pretty small compared to this dude. And we're gonna keep. Actually, I'm gonna throw my stroke up a little bit. Sorry, I'm gonna throw it. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it back to 6. I can do that just by clicking one of the thicker strokes I did before with my black arrow. So I'm gonna start drawing his nose. I'm gonna have a look at what this nose is all about. It's got a pretty bulbous edge. So we've got that kind of thing going on. Let's have a look at what we can do with that. Now, I don't think his nose is very long. So I'm gonna, well, let's keep it like that. Let's see what shape his mouth is. Now this is a pretty straight line over here. But see, he's got a lot of hair between his nose and his mouth, which makes it look like there's a lot of space between his nose and his mouth. Hair kind of makes things look more voluminous, if that's the word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place his mouth round about down here. Might set that to a black fill. And he's got some kind of things going on there with the beard. Makes it look like the mouth, the darkness of the mouth kind of continues downwards. Now let's have a look at his eyes. And I'm going to zoom right in here because this is important. If you just go ahead and revert to the eyes that you know how to draw, you know, we all have maybe like 3 or 4 eyes that we know how to draw. That's kind of dangerous. It's going to color pick this. No, okay, I guess not. Let's set it back to that and that. I'm going to go, oh, I'm pretty good at drawing this particular eye. Well, hang on. That doesn't look like Russell Crowe. So that's the danger. If you revert back to things you know, a way that you know how to draw stuff without actually really observing how the face looks. I know it's pretty hard. It's pretty difficult to do that because reverting to how we draw already is, you know, almost automatic. But you've got to kind of kick yourself up the butt and have a look. Right, zoom in right here and see what's going on with his eyes. Now let's trace the shape of his eyes. Okay, so one of his eyes is, like both of his eyes are pretty droopy. And one of his eyes is really squinty. Squintier than the other. So, and the way you can tell droopy eyes is whether the left point of the eye is lower than the right point. That's a droopy eye. The other inverse way is if you have the left point, well, the outer point, I should say, of the eye is higher than the inner point, then that's maybe an oriental eye or a fashion eye or something like that. But Russ, man, he's got some droopy eyes. So let's see what we can do with that. I'm going to exaggerate it by kind of really making those things droop. I'm going to throw the point down a bit. So, you know, he's got those kind of, those lids happening under there. That's a big part of the Ross. I might not draw the bags just yet, because they make people look pretty old in the early stages. So I'm just gonna, well I've still got my thick lines, I like to kind of add a bit of fuzz around the eyebrows. And I'm perceiving a bit of difference here, a bit of space between the eyebrows, so I'm going to pull this eyebrow back a bit. That's the nice thing about Illustrator, you can always pull stuff back. Photoshop, it's a bit of a drama. Pen and paper, it's even more of a drama. Come on, little buddy. Alright, just going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard. Pull them around. Okay, so we've got a basis going on here. Let's zoom back out. We've got those eyes. Now, I've still got a thin pen. I'm just gonna draw those sort of things coming out from the nose there. And let's draw his neck. And of course, you can always trace that on the picture and bring it over. But I'm going to start drawing the outline of the hair here. I'm going to grab a thicker outline. Now, if I'm going a bit faster, I've got some shortcuts on my keyboard that switch from arrow to, you know, pencil. And that's why I'm switching pretty quick. But, and he's got some kind of hair that kind of droops down a bit. He's a pretty droopy guy. I like the Russ, he's pretty cool. I liked Nice Guys. That's a good movie. So, just gonna bring that chin out a bit more. So let's see what we got so far. We've got this okay kind of looking thing. I'm gonna start drawing in some facial hair. And each time I'm drawing a line, I have to deselect. I got a shortcut for that, but I think deselect is Shift Control A. If you don't know the shortcuts of anything, they're always next to the command. I'm gonna draw these hairy hairs in the direction in which they flow. Draw, deselect, draw, deselect. Ooh, get out of my way. As long as you're not drawing too close to the other line, you can get away with not deselecting. Because if you draw too close to the other line and it's already selected, it thinks you want to modify that line. Which is a bit annoying. It's a lot more free flow in Photoshop, I know, but I enjoy Illustrator for its... I don't know, it's really clean. The lines are really clean. Good results. It looks good. Okay, we've got a bit of this Russ Crowe thing going on. That, if you don't know how his hair is flowing, come over here and just trace what's going on with his hair. I'm just going to go ahead and draw that in. Now, there's a reason I left his eyes till last, his irises, because if you screw those up in the early stages, it just kind of throws everything off. So at this point, I'm going, hey, you know, this looks pretty much like Russell Crowe. I'm pretty happy with it. I can go in and do the eyes, and I know that everything else is fine as long as I get the eyes. Now, his eyes kind of, I don't know, they're like bug-eyed sort of thing. Look at that, look. It looks like they're bug-eyed because you can't see the other side of the white of his eyes. Like he's got his pupil there, he's got his pupil there, iris, I should say. I'd pull it over there. Okay. So maybe what you guys have done so far, maybe you've traced his head and you've gotten, you know, a little bit of likeness, or not, that's okay. Keep trying. You get better with every try. And you know, caricaturists often, like, we do our first sketch and our first sketch sucks, so we do a second sketch, it might be better. We do a third sketch. That's where we've kind of got a bit more likeness because we've really started to understand the subject by drawing a lot. Oh, here's something that Russ has got. He's got a little spot over there. Let's have a look. Let's put that in there. Okay. Now here's where we can really mess with some exaggeration. Now, I'm thinking Russell Crowe's eyes are pretty damn small, so I want to just go in there with the black selector pointer. I'm going to make his eyes really tiny and squinty. And I'm going to make him sag a little bit more. Alright, cool. I'm going to pull his nose up. Now, I want to exaggerate this area between his mouth and his nose because that patch of fuzz makes it look like there's a lot of space. I'm going to pull his nose up a fair bit, and I'm going to pull his patch up a bit as well. Whoa, there he is. I'm going to exaggerate that piece of fuzz there a bit too. Let's see what else we can do. Maybe I'll have some more bits of hair coming out. That looks okay. I don't know, has he got some crow's feet? I can't really tell. Maybe. Yeah, nah, I don't think so. Let's see how he is. He's got some bags that kind of come round. There we go. And oh, here's what we missed. Look at these wrinkles. I'm going to trace those and make sure I got them right because they're pretty distinctive. Now I'm coming back to these bags, I'm thinking, well, they just make him look 60 years old, so I'm just going to pull that, get rid of that one. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Bit of this Russell Crowe thing going on. I might just thin out his nose connected with the eyebrow a bit more. Okay, that's looking to me like how I perceive Russell Crowe. Now, everyone perceives everybody differently, obviously, but colouring isn't really what this tutorial is about, but I'll just do a quick little... I'm going to speed it up here just to show you, I guess, how I would take this to completion without going too much into it. Okay, and there we have it. Got some highlights there, got some shadowing. Now I'll probably do a video about colouring techniques next. Let me know in the comments if that's what you'd like to see. As always, really, your comments motivate me to do more videos. If I don't hear from you, then I probably won't do any more videos, because really, you know, I've got other things to do, but yeah, no, this little rinky-dink channel is all about helping you guys out. So let me know what you're after. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll talk to you later in the next video.